Hello, I'm Susie and I'm going to demonstrate how to make banana bread. For the sake of time, I've already prepped all the ingredients. The very first thing you should do is make sure your kitchen is clean. Make sure you've cleaned up all your dirty dishes and there's no debris. And also, you must wash your hands. You don't want any germs in your banana bread. So I'm first going to wash my hands and then we will begin. We're going to begin first with a cup of melted butter. Now this is a doubled recipe of a recipe I've been using since 2004. It's tried and true. And I'm going to double it today because I like to make some for my family and share with my neighbors. After we add that cup of butter, we're going to add 1 cup of sugar. Actually, we're doubling it, so it's 2 cups of sugar. And we're just going to add that there. And so adding some sugar. Have to use a spoon to help me out a little. We need to make sure that that sugar and the butter mix real well together. It's going to be a little noisy for a minute, but you'll bear with me. And I'd like to show you what it's going to look like. When you're done, your sugar and your butter should be a creamy mixture like this one. And when your mixture is then creamed, you know that it is ready for the eggs. We're going to go ahead and add 4 eggs to our mixture. And I've already cracked the eggs and beat them. I'm going to turn off the mixer so we don't splatter our eggs. These are 4 eggs. And those need to be well blended into our sugar and butter mixture. I love the mixer. It does a lot of work for me. Now that's creamed, it's kind of like a cake batter. And you can see there, it looks kind of like a batter for cake. Now, you know, sorry about the camera, you know that it's ready for the flour. I've already set aside our flour, but we need to add our salt and baking soda and baking powder. I have these already pre-measured, so I'll just dump them in there. Here's our salt, this is our baking powder, and our baking soda. And I like to mix with the whisk because it separates the gluten in the flour. When flour sits in a bag on a shelf, the gluten sticks together, and that makes for a thick, heavy piece of bread. If your gluten is not sticking together by way of, a lot of people have a sifter, but if you don't have a sifter at home, that's okay. You can sift your flour with your whisk as you whisk in your salt, your baking soda, and your baking powder. Now, the recipe says we need to add the flour mixture alternately with our bananas. I've already pureed 2 cups of bananas. And I'm going to go ahead and add our flour. You just add a little bit at a time. You don't want to make it too hard on the mixer. I'm going to go ahead and add our banana puree, just a little bit. We're going to need to add some more flour. This little moisture gets us some room in there for our flour later on. Oh, and I forgot an ingredient. My recipe does not call for any kind of extract at all, but I use a secret ingredient, and that is maple extract. Everyone loves my banana bread, and the secret is the maple extract. If maple extract does for banana bread what maple does for the maple brown sugar oatmeal. It just adds a little flavor. Let me get that. And I'm just going to add about 2 teaspoons of maple extract for a little flavor and aroma. And we'll add a little more flour to our mix. I can see we're already 5 minutes into this, so we're going to need to hurry. We're going to have to get our mixer going quick. And as soon as I can get all the bananas, flour, and then nuts mixed in, we'll go ahead and put them into the pans, into our preheated oven. It's preheated at 355 degrees. And while I'm not endorsing any product, I sure do love this. It's by Pampered Chef, and what I like about it is at the end you'll see I can push this up to the tube, and there won't be not one drop of banana left in the measuring cup. I don't like to waste ingredients. Banana bread is simple to do. It's very fast as long as you prep before. All these ingredients I had prepped, and so it's only going to take us a total of 8 minutes between mixing and getting it into the pans and then into the oven. I'm going to squeeze the rest of this in there. Not a drop of banana left in that measuring cup. My mixture is looking a little chunky, so I'm going to put it on a little bit high before I add more flour to it. This is the very last of the flour. And after this flour is completely mixed in, we'll go ahead and mix in our walnuts. I have a total of 2 cups of walnuts in this mixture to be added. Woo, slow her down. Started to spit flour out at me. I'm going to pull the camera down and show you what the mixture looks like. It's smooth, it's elastic, it kind of looks like peanut butter. And you know you're ready for your nuts. Sorry, good camera angle on everybody there. Now you're ready for your nuts when it looks nice, smooth, and elastic, like peanut butter. And it looks a little darker because we added maple extract, our secret ingredient. Boy, I sure don't miss my hand mixer. This does a lot of the work for me. And it looks like our nuts are completely mixed in. I have prepared pans with, I have this long one. This is a regular size loaf pan, and this is a miniature size pan. You can do 1 loaf pan or 4 miniature size pans per recipe. I like to double my recipe, so I have a big one for me and 4 little ones to share with my neighbors. I'll move this mixer over so you can see how to put the bread into the pan. And then we just scrape off my spatula real quick, not leave very much ingredient on my spatula, my mixer. And I'm just going to give it one quick twist to make sure that there's no flour stuck to the very bottom of this bowl. And we're going to fill up this loaf pan to about half full. And then we can fill up our little miniature pans to about half full and throw them in the oven for 50 minutes. And then tomorrow the kids will wake up and have a great breakfast and a little something fun to share with the neighbors. It's very simple and easy to do. Looks like we're going on 9 minutes now. So I guess it actually takes 10 minutes to make banana bread and stick it in the oven. Does anyone have any questions about preparing the ingredients for the banana bread, or the kind of ingredients I used? I don't use any particular name brands. Flour is flour and sugar is sugar, in my opinion. You do need to be careful if you're in a higher altitude like I am. I'm at 4,500 feet up, and so I add a little bit more flour, but I will post this recipe to our discussion board later on this week, so if you would like to try it out for yourself at home, you're more than welcome to. Now our banana bread is in the pan, and it's ready for the oven. I'm just going to slide my 4 miniature ones in first on one side, and I don't want the pans touching. And then my big loaf pan. And we set the timer for 50 minutes, and then we enjoy later. I thank you for your time, and you have a good evening.